Dr.K.Manimegalai, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Sri GVG Visalakshi College for Women, Udumalpet. Let us see about Pigeon and what are the digestive system of Pigeon. Let us see one by one about introduction, classification, digestive system, benefits and health hazards. Let's see a small introduction about Pigeon. So what is a Pigeon? It is a very gentle bird. It is denoted as a living symbol of peace. Nearly it consists of 500 species. The commonly seen pigeon is a blue rock pigeon. Is present in everywhere. That is Columba livia. It is a wild pigeon, grey in color, having two dark bars on their wings. Its habit is a graminivorous, that is seeds of grass, cereals, pulses. Its habitat. It can fly up to 100 mph millimeter per hour. It's travel up to 500 miles per day. So it is the systemic classification of the Columba livia. It comes under the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, class Aves, genus Columba, and the species Livia. So this is the labeled diagram of the external morphology of the pigeon. Consists of eyes, head, nostrils, ear opening, neck, breast, contour feathers, black bars, and scales on the legs, and the legs having the clawed anterior toes and hind toes or calyx, and tail feathers is referred as rectrices and wing feathers is referred as remiges. So these are the digestive system of the pigeon. The first point coming under the digestive system is alimentary canal. Starts with alimentary canal and ends with cloaca. An alimentary canal and a digestive glands are the two important parts of digestive system of pigeon. So these are the 8 points coming under the digestive system, that is the mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, intestine, rectum and cloaca. So general diagrammatic representation of pigeon, it consists of a wide slide-like opening having upper and lower jaws, and both these jaws are considered as a beak. And this important point is pigeon has no teeth, and the mouth is followed by the buccal cavity. And what about the buccal cavity? So it is a large, narrow, triangular, having very few taste buds and mucous glands. Its functioning is manipulation of the food, and this buccal cavity is followed by the pharynx. So next to the buccal cavity, pharynx is present at the posterior part of the buccal cavity. It is called pharynx, and the roof of the pharynx is referred as palate, and it is covered by a palatal folds of skull roof, and the floor contains a small opening called glottis, and this glottis is opening into the trachea. So posteriorly the pharynx opens into the esophagus. So next to the pharynx, that is the esophagus, it is a very long neck-like position. This esophagus is otherwise called gullet. So in the middle part of the esophagus, a significant function is present, that is the crop. So in this part, a pigeon milk was stored in the crop area. So pigeon milk is a white, slimy, proteinaceous breeding season. This milk contains water, protein, fat and lactose. Next to the esophagus, that is the stomach. The stomach is classified into proventriculus and gizzard. Proventriculus is a small, very thick walled glandular structure, and here the spleen is a small oval red body attached to the right side of the proventricularis. Next to the stomach, that is the gizzard. So this gizzard is referred as a grinding machine. It is a biconvex lens. The walls of the gizzard are thick and muscular. Few stones were swallowed by the bird. So thus stones are crushed and converted into a food grains by this part called gizzard. For this reason, gizzard is known as grinding machine. So it compensates the role of teeth, grinding property, grinding functioning, and this gizzard is open into the intestine. There are two types of intestine, small intestine and large intestine. Small intestine is divided into duodenum and ileum. So duodenum is present in the dorsal side of the gizzard, and it is a very U-shaped loop enclosing the pancreases between its two limbs. And the rectum is a narrow, same diameter of the ileum. It opens into the cloaca. The opening into the cloaca is guarded by an anal sphincter. The final part of the digestive system is cloaca. It is a very large chamber. It divided into three linear compartments, that is anterior carpoideum, middle urodeum and proctodeum. So what are the digestive glands? The five important digestive glands is buccal gland, gastric gland, liver, pancreas, intestinal gland. Gastric gland secrete gastric juice, pancreas gland secrete pancreatic juice. And what are the benefits of pigeon? So it having a very environmental impact and pest control and pollution. And what are the health risk? So what do you mean by the term health risk? So pigeon droppings or pigeon excretes consist of fungal infections, fungal microorganisms. It may cause chronic lung diseases such as hypersensitivity pneumonitis in human. So these diseases can be irreversible, can require oxygen or even a lung transplant. People with compromised immune system are at the higher risk. For example, actress Meena Husbands was affected with this type of disease, and finally she was severe attack of this disease and caused her death. In many Indian households, pigeon was a pet animal. So feeding pigeons is a common practice. It's seen as act of kindness or spiritual offering. So led to the health risk, particularly lung diseases caused by pigeon droppings. Many cases or many evidences relating to the pigeon droppings. In 2023, recently, a 42-year-old woman with Gerald village in Vadodara district of Gujarat underwent a lung transplant at a city hospital for a condition caused by pigeon droppings. So be aware of the pigeon droppings and prevention of these diseases. Thank you.